The challenge you are facing right now is not the real challenge that is holding you back. It might be actually only a symptom. And you know what the problem is? That you're right now focusing on finding solutions for this problem. But like we said just now, that's not the real problem. It's only a symptoms, and all of the solutions you're bringing up won't help. It might help just for a few seconds, minutes, days, but if you don't go and address that root problem, so you'll keep on just going in a circle, and you won't really, find that real solution that would help you move forward. And by the way, there is a way to find that real challenge. And that way is simple. There is a way to find that real challenge. And when you find that real challenge, you don't only deal with the symptom, okay? You actually go down to the root of it. And then when you do that, you fix not only that symptom that came up that you think was a real challenge, but you fix many other things that would help you feel better. And I just want you to understand what I'm talking about, and then we'll talk about the way you can do it. How can you find that real challenge? And when you do it, don't take 20 different areas of life like you know me already. Every time focus in one area and see, is that my real challenge? Yes or no? And then you could find the right solutions. I think it was like it was more, maybe 3 years ago. I had a friend that was running a business, and every time he went to work, he felt bad. Every time I spoke to him, his energy was down. You really felt it every time he was going to work, okay? It was his business. I would think, he'll be thrived to go to work, even though having a business is at the beginning really hard. The point is that every time he went to work, he was kind of down, and I asked him why, and then he told me every time it was something else. But at the beginning, yeah, you're traveling. Well, it's not really traveling, but driving every time to work, and until I get there, and in the morning there's traffic, and sometimes the traffic is even worse. But basically, he was putting all the emphasis on the challenges, the getting to work, driving to work every morning with the traffic. I was like, okay, is there anything else? Later on, he told me, well, actually also I think it's not only the driving to work. I'm not sure this business is for me. Each person that opened a business, well, I don't know if each, but 99% always have the question in the beginning, maybe also later on, is this business for them? Most people have that question. And I said, okay, I understand. So you're saying driving to work, that was your challenge. Now you're saying that your challenge is maybe also the fact that you're not sure this business is for you. And then he said, well, you know what? Also, there are a few people at work that we don't really connect, and I think that also kind of bothers me. So then we kind of drill down into each one of them. And I'm not saying each one of them might be a challenge, driving in traffic. Of course, thinking if this business is for him or not. But to be honest, this business was for him. Driving in traffic wasn't really the problem. The real challenge was, and when I tried to bring it up at the beginning, he was like, no, don't worry, it's that's not the challenge. Was actually his partner in the business. They were not getting along. So, on surface, also every time I came to say hi, hey, how are you doing? All is good, and everything seemed to be fine. There were jokes and everything was funny. Well, I'll say they weren't that funny, but the point was that on surface everything looked like everything is going well. My point is that the real challenge was the fact that him and his business partner weren't getting along together, and the worst thing was that they were pretending that they were. And when we spoke about it a little bit more, we realized that the real challenge, like we said, is not the other things that he said. They're also a challenge, but like I said, the traveling doesn't really bother him that much, and he does want that type of business. But having a partner in your business that you don't get along with could be a recipe for destruction. A partner can help you rise up or take you all the way down. And we start talking more about the relationship, and eventually actually they did have like this big fight, and all the things came up and flooded up. If you keep it down inside, eventually it would just everything will come up. What happened then is he decided to leave the business, and they kind of separated. Each one went in his way. And now he feels much, much better in whatever he's doing. And he realized that the real problem, the real challenge was not any of the things that he said at the beginning, was actually being in a business relationship that wasn't serving him, was actually taking him down. Now, I'm not saying anything bad about the partner. It's an interaction between two people. He might be a great person, but to be every day with someone that you can't, I won't say can't stand, but you, or maybe actually can't stand, but maybe it's only just unpleasant being with them. It's not fun to come to work like that, and especially when it's your business. Now, for him to understand that that was a problem, there were a few steps that he had to go through, and I want to walk you now through these steps. Now, again, think about a challenge you have. You know me already. I want this to be practical. Think about a challenge you have, okay? And now go through these steps in order to understand, is that the real challenge? And if yes, amazing. You'll find a solution for it. And maybe it's not the real challenge. Maybe that's only a symptom. And we'll find a small solution also for that, but we want to actually address the real challenge. That way you could create real change that serves you and helps you to move forward. The way to overcome your obstacle, the way to overcome your challenge, as we said, is first actually find what is that real challenge. And in order to find it, there are a few steps you can take, and I'll say ahead of time, there are many steps you can take. I'll be addressing a few of them that I believe can help you. Number one, you need to be present to what you think the challenge is. Be present to what you think is actually right now holding you back, and accept it, okay? That's what it is. When you accept it, try to do like a zoom out and look at the big picture in whatever field it is in life, and ask yourself, is that really what is holding me back? And if like something feels inside, well, maybe there's another thing. When you look at all the pieces of the puzzle, not only in that specific challenge, you see maybe there's a bigger piece of the puzzle that is not in the right place. And if you see that bigger piece, ask yourself, am I willing to accept that there's a bigger challenge over here that I was kind of putting under the rug? Or maybe you just didn't see it. I'm not saying you intentionally put it under the rug. And it's really important now to accept that the challenge is there, because many times the reason we say that the challenge is not the real challenge, it's just a symptom, because we don't want to accept that there is actually a bigger challenge over there, and we're kind of denying it and we're saying it's not really there. So after you practice that awareness of, okay, this is actually what's going on, you're doing that zoom out. After that, accept when you found that other challenge that is actually causing that symptom to come up that you thought was a real challenge. After you have done that, now take things in proportion, okay? Because many times when you find that real challenge, like sometimes you could get all scared. What happened? How am I going to deal with this? And like you turn a certain challenge into a huge challenge that's not that big. Maybe it is really big for you, but also for you, you make it much bigger than what it is. So really important to take in proportion. I remember one time I had this challenge. It was a pretty hard challenge in business, actually really hard. And I really thought that it's going to take me down. And then I got a phone call from a friend that they found that their daughter has cancer. And I was like, wow. First, I pray for the daughter to feel much better, and thank God she does feel better today. But then I told myself, yeah, your challenge is a challenge. Let's not say different. It's for sure a challenge. But things in my life could be much worse. So when you take in proportion, it helps you to 1 second take a deep breath, and then maybe to start thinking about solutions. But we said thinking about solutions is only after you accept the situation of what the challenge really is. After you take in proportion, next step will be to start thinking in different ways. What do I mean in different ways? Be open for different solutions. Many times, we think that this is the solution, this is the only way. When we do that, we block the rest of the solutions. There are many solutions out there. Be open for them. Be open to receive them. And if for some reason they don't come up for you, all good. Let me share with you a small secret. You're not the first person that had this problem. Go and look for other people that had similar problems and had already the solutions for them, and go and learn from them. If you can't reach them, I can guarantee you some of them have a book, some of them are in podcasts, and if they're dead, and they don't have a book, so someone speaks about them if they're really that good in bringing that solution to your problem. Another really important thing that is really crucial, before you try to find out the solutions, because until now we're more focused about finding that challenge, accepting it, and and then we spoke just a little bit about moving forward. Really important to get a good night's sleep now before you start looking for solutions. Don't look for solutions when you're after a few nights that you burn yourself out. When you get to the solution stage, really important to get a good night's sleep. When you wake up in the morning, whether you're a morning person and you want to do that in the morning, find those solutions, whether you're a night person, all good. Do that at night, but get that good night's sleep. It's really crucial now for the solution part. Now that you're sitting down to find those solutions for that challenge, like we said, take a few deep breaths. Focus on that challenge that you have right now. Focus only there. Now, different thoughts will come up. Welcome to human life. But go back to focusing on your breath. Like we said, sleep is really important, okay? After you have got that sleep, before you get into that state of making those decisions and finding those solutions to your challenge, be in a physical state that serves you. If you want, you could dance a little bit, move. You want, go just move your hands a little bit up, down. If you're sitting down, don't sit down like this. Sit down straight. Be in a physical posture that serves you, that actually brings to your body, to your mind, a message of power, not of weakness, okay? Now, you got the sleep. You're in the right physical state. Now go and listen to your breaths just for a minute, okay? Relax for a second, think about whatever it is you want that solution for, and just focus on the breaths. Amazing. After you have done that, like we said, either the answers and the solution starts coming up within yourself. If it doesn't come from yourself, think about other people that have achieved whatever you want to achieve and that have faced these challenges. I'm sure you will find the answer. And by the way, it's really nice now to talk about all the ceremony in order to find solution for challenges and finding the challenge in general. But many times, things are going crazy and we need to just make decisions and find solutions right now. And then of course, you won't have time to do all this, but you might have time to do all this in a small way, like just, everything in 1 minute, because doing things out of rush many times brings to bad results. There are times that life and death are in matter, and then you have no time zero time. You just need to make the decision and pray that you made the right call. But in other cases, try to take even 1 minute to go through these steps, and always talk to yourself about how can you find the solution instead of focusing on the problem that is holding you back. Because when you'll be doing some self-talk about, okay, how can I find the solution instead of what is holding me back, so your mind would always think about the solutions that can come and serve you. I really recommend go through these steps, find the real challenge, then find the solution. The solution doesn't always come right there, right now, but go through these steps for sure will take you one step further. And then when you find that solution to that challenge, it will help you feel better, it will help you grow, it will light your path and the path of the people surrounding you. I hope you enjoyed the video and you got some tools to overcome your challenges and light your path. For us to help other people, please press that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget that the most amazing things in life are the one you take for granted.